Let me take a bottle of water up. I carry it in my pocket. When I get to the top and settle on the pillar, the water falls the height of a 10-story building down and smashes a light, which scares the hell out of me as well.
It does, yeah.
David,
Now there's no liquid. So last night when it was horrible and it looked like I was, about to collapse, they came up with a bottle of water and gave it.
Good.
David, if you talk like this, doesn't it destroy your concentration?
No, it actually makes it easier because you don't sit there focusing on the pain that you're going through.
Yeah.
You know when you take your mind off of something, when you're like worried and you do something else and it eases that pain?
Yeah.
Now, David, I don't expect necessarily a straight answer to this question, but you are, of course, you're a fantastic magician. Is this a stunt or is this a trick, David? Is this a stunt or is it a trick? Are you in some way secured to the top of the pillar?
Put it like this. I've trained with Bob Brown, who's the best high faller in the world. He doubled in the movie Terminator 2, Robert Patrick, where he rides a motorcycle out of the glass window, then catches onto the helicopter. He's been training me for a year, learning how to high fall. So I guess you could call it a stunt or an endurance challenge.
All right. Well,
I don't do tricks.
Well, you're coming to London quite soon, David. I know that you're going to be vanishing.
I'm going to get thrown off of the Thames River.
That's right.
I mean, off of the Tower Bridge into the Thames River.
Harry Houdini would be proud of you. David?
Listen, very, very good luck, David.
I'm going to take magic to a place that nobody's ever seen it.
I'm sure you will. David, the very best of luck. You have about 10 hours to go. We're delighted it's gone so well for you so far. I'm just holding up to our cameras, actually, the size of the platform that you're standing on, and that's what you've been on for nearly a day. I can't believe it. We look forward to seeing you when you get safely to London. Take good care. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What a guy. You're countryman.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't even imagine it.
Neither can I. Don't try it anywhere. Here.
Oh, like they
please.
Would. OK, if you fancy a rather more modest thrill, then, we'll see if the You Say We Pay magic rubs off on you a bit later on, because we've got tonight's qualifier for you now.
Standing on an 80-foot pillar, only 22 inches wide, without support. He'll end his ordeal, he says, later this evening, and then jump into a so-called cushion of cardboard. His previous stunts have included being encased in a block of ice for more than 60 hours. Yet another stunt here, the weather.
Now, you certainly won't need me to remind you of the feat of St. Simeon Stylites the Elder, a Christian saint in 5th century Syria, who lived and prayed atop a pillar for 36 years. He lasted for longer, though his pillar was shorter than David Blaine's. He's the magician who right now is standing on a 90-foot pole in New York. He's aiming to stay up there for 35 hours without food, sleep or a safety net. Our arts correspondent Nicholas Glass has more.
This is David Blaine's third stunt in New York in as many years, and as the local press has noted, the fellow has a certain genius for self-promotion. The reporter from the New York Times described him as the loneliest man he'd ever met, and for a day or so there's no denying Blaine's immediate isolation. By his own choice, he's doing what the ancients did, or at least the Syrian hermit Saint Simeon in the 5th century. He's standing on top of a pillar.
I think it takes a lot of guts to stand there for 36 hours, catch vertigo, and then decide to just fall, you know. I think at that point I'll be more scared than anything.
He's very talented. He's very talented at what he does, so he's very smart, talented.
I think he's crazy. Why would anybody go up there and stand up there for 35 hours? I mean, what's the purpose?
David Blaine's pillar is 90 feet up. He's standing on a platform just 22 inches in diameter, and the idea is to stay up there for 35 hours. St. Simeon stayed on his stone pillar for years. It was apparently about 50 foot high and in the desert. David Blaine wants to be seen, needs to be seen. He has a lucrative television deal and a levitation video to sell. His steel pillar is in a park near Times Square. He certainly proved his stamina and discipline. For a previous stunt, he was buried alive in a transparent coffin for a week. And for his next trick, he was encased in a block of ice for 2.5 days. For his latest, he had a catheter attached for calls of nature and was lifted up by a wrecking ball some 26 hours ago, and in his own slow-talking way, explained the appeal of it all.
I love seeing all the different people all together, you know. I've never done a full 35 hours. I've only gone up to 18 hours. Thinking about it's making my heart get a little racy. I'd rather not talk about it.
David Blaine has his own little retractable exercise bar to limber up on. And of course, like anyone who's media savvy, he has his mobile with him.
My legs are really numb and my back is numb. I feel a little bit like a dummy, but otherwise than that, I think I'm going to get through on what spit and adrenaline I have left in my body.
The stunt has drawn a largish crowd. The park has always been a good place for a picnic. Blaine has called this stunt Vertigo. He must remain fairly statuesque for another 9 hours or so. After that, he plans to tumble off his perch into a large pile of cardboard boxes. No one apparently has ever tried this before from this height.
Nicholas Glass, I tell you, it's easy when you know how. Over to Sue again for the rest of the headlines tonight.
The mother jailed for allowing...